Seven Sport, in association with Australian Football Championships, proudly present tonight's Sterling Cup.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to VFL Park, match number 4 in the $475,000 Sterling Cup Series for 1983. Weather-wise, something a little bit different at VFL Park tonight. You guessed it, it's raining. Tonight's clash between Geelong and Glenelg. Both these teams haven't got particularly good records in night football. You may recall that Geelong were defeated in the first round last year by Fitzroy by some 4 goals. And the Cats only scored 3 goals or so after half-time. They'll be very keen to do well tonight. Glenelg's form hasn't been particularly good back home in South Australia. They were defeated last Saturday by Sturt, but of course they were runners-up in the SANFL competition last year. To check now on the respective team changes, let's go down to Stephen Phillips and Jack Edwards.
Thank you very much, Peter, and yes, it is rather wet down here, Jack.
A little bit, Peter. Yeah, Stephen, sorry.
The ground, though, very slippery. The grass is pretty long, but underneath pretty holding. Geelong, Jack, you might remember, won well on Saturday in the pouring rain.
Yes, I was down there on Saturday, and Geelong had started to rain just prior to the game starting, and it rained right through the day, and Geelong handled the conditions very well, Steve.
Cats coming out onto the ground now, led by veteran skipper, 300-game skipper Ian Nankervis. One change in the team. Zane Taylor's out. He's going back to Southport, being cleared back to Queensland. Basil Flynn from Newtown playing his first game. He's a half-back flanker. And also one to watch out, of course, is Nigel Cole, the twin brother of Michael. Not since the Lord days have we seen something like this.
Well, Michael Cole played very well on Saturday, kicking 3 goals for Geelong. He looked as though he's got a good future in front of him, and they tell him his brother is as good. So it's going to be a hazard for Louis and Peter and Bob up there trying to pick the difference between them.
Here come your mob, Jack.
Oh, Peter Carey leading them out now, and Glenelg have lost 3 players with 600 games experience out of their team from last year, Steve. That's a big loss. That's why they're having a lot of trouble. They got beaten 57 points on Saturday, but they expect the team to go well tonight. The side is as selected. The interchanges, if I can get it out, Garton and Raddy, as in the paper this morning, and they do expect to go fairly well.
Jack, go and get a towel. I'm going undercover. Back to you, Peter.
Done like a real trooper, Jack, and whoever said Jack Edwards was all wet. The umpires for this evening's clash in the Sterling Cup, Rowan Soares from Victoria, and from South Australia, Laurie Argent. We'll be back for the first quarter in just a moment. First quarter from VFL Park in the 4th match of the Sterling Cup Series, and it's coming down by the 5-ton truckload. Here, Flanagan gets the first knockout, a chance for Marshall. He got pushed in the back. And it will be a free kick going to Glenelg, and it will be taken out there by McGuinness. To right half forward. Going up was Murphy. No mark paid by the umpire. Knock on by McFarlane. Chance for Simons down there, and Simons takes the hand pass pretty well. A snapshot at goal is going very close into the goal square, and it's fisted through by Zickler for the first score of the match to Glenelg, and it's 1 behind. Probably be a fairly low-scoring night tonight, Bob Skilton, if this rain keeps up.
I would imagine so, Pete. And it certainly is coming down very steadily at this stage, and will make conditions very greasy. As a good effort to mark by Ralph Sewer.
And he's been paid the mark. I was talking to Laurie Argent, the South Australian umpire, just before the match got underway, and he said, what a great night. But that was before the rain started to come down. So I dare say he's changed his tune now. Mark taken by Kernahan. Kernahan about 50 metres out from goal. Not the greatest of kicks. In fact, it lands short of the 10-metre square. The umpire has found a free kick. It's going to Darren Flanagan, which he will take. No, it's not. It's going
Reynolds
to Steve Reynolds. Playing his first senior match for the year. Always showed a lot of promise. Knocked on by Reid. Or missed out there by Kernahan. Very scrambly play on the edge of the square, and the umpire will no doubt ball it up. Well, it was an ideal night for football up until about 8 o'clock this evening, Eastern time. Flanagan contesting. Gets it down well. Reid went over the top of his opponent. And very, very scrambly play. I think we'll see another ball up at centre field.
Pretty scrambly play at the moment, Bob, but that's understandable. Rain pelting down at the moment. A typical Sterling Tuesday night as the ball goes back there, and the chance for Lahu to get it, but there we see coming across for is Seabohm. Can't get clear. Finally, it's driven down there by Cole. Cole's kick is not a good one. A bit of fumbling still going on. The umpire still letting play go on there around about that half-forward flank position, but now he's decided to ball it up on Geelong centre half-forward position, and it's about 50 metres out from their goal. Glenelg have scored 1 point. Ball knocked out by Flanagan. Snap for goal by Nigel Cole that time, up to Bright. He picked that up very nicely. Goes for a snap at the goals. It's going straight for the goals. And it's finally touched that time and through for 1 point. I think it was touched by Fetke going through. So it's 1 point apiece, and we've played just on 3 minutes of this first quarter. I reckon about 8 goals will win this match tonight. That'll be a big score. Kernahan at the back goes the punch away from Flanagan. Flanagan still trying to juggle it, and the umpire said it's a mark. And Big Flanagan's got the mark at centre half forward for Geelong. He'd be about 45 metres out. That's a hefty kick under these conditions. Up the top of the pack again and through for another point. So we're over the 3-minute mark and no goal is scored as yet. It's 2 points Geelong to Glenelg 1 point. Now we wait now for Frost to bring the ball back into play for Glenelg. Out to that half-back flank position. Kernahan coming at the back, forced the ball out. Back it goes there to Cole. That's Nigel Cole again. I thought he might have got one on the back, but the umpire said no, and the ball is out of bounds.
Fine tackle by Maynard, an ex-Melbourne player. Flanagan palming it down well. I saw Darren Flanagan play a great match here against Peter Moore, Simons. And Geelong will certainly be hoping that he can reproduce that form here this evening in conditions that are generally adverse for a tall player. Pushing the back to Card, and he'll take the free kick on centre wing for the Cats. Still very heavy rain coming down. Up to left half forward. Another chance down there for Maynard and Simons, but the ball beating Buse over the boundary line. Rather Michael Cole, and it will be thrown back into play. Great night to see twins for the first time in action. Chance for Reid or Doothie. Nigel Cole knocks the ball into the open to his brother, predictably. Darcy at half forward for Geelong. Long kick in towards the 10-metre square. Should just about get the distance. Mark Spilt. Socket off the ground. Touched through. I think it might have been touched through by, well, Johnson had the last go at it, Bob. Did you see who touched it?
I think you could put that through as Rush. That came off the hands as Bright. Well, it almost looked as though it came off the boot of Bright there. And but nonetheless, the umpire deciding that it didn't come off a Geelong boot, so 1 point on the board. 3
points to 1 point. Reid going over in the very slippery conditions. Knock on by Marshall. Chance for Drum. Back to half forward for Geelong. Players having a lot of difficulty trying to pick up this greasy ball. Reid rubs the nose of his opponent into the ground. McDermott to Maynard. Chance for the Bays to go forward here, and it's taken away by McGuinness. Up towards half forward. They're not getting past there, though. Yes, they are. Ball comes out of the pack up towards the left half forward flank, and that's a mark being played down there to Sewer. He would be about 55 metres out from goal. On a dry day, I dare say would be able to get the distance. Under these conditions, we'll have to wait and see. And chance for Glenelg's first goal. Not a bad sort of a kick. Only a couple of metres short, off the hands and through for another behind. And that makes the difference now 1 point, 3 points to 2.
Rather interesting, Bob, that Reynoldson's playing at full back. Played most of his football since joining Geelong at centre half forward.
Yes, I think they would still prefer him to be a centre half forward, but with the opportunity coming up tonight, Malarkey out of the side, Reynoldsson going into defence.
Well, there's a good mark taken by Kernahan there at centre half forward.
And Carlton fans will be having a very close look at Kernahan because he has been signed. Almost a great mark taken on that occasion, but we find Motlop going forward and bringing up full points.
Right.
Motlop putting first goal on the board, and Glenelg leading 1-2-8 to Geelong's 3 behind, 3 points.
Centre bounce again. That's knocked out by Flanagan. Back there to Drum. Drum's kick is a long one back over the centre half forward position. Good play on the part of Lahu that time, but slipped. Finally coming out of the pack is Buse. His kick is smothered. Going after it now is Walsh. He can't pick it up. There's a go for O'Keefe running to an open goal for the Cats, and he's put it right through the middle. So that's the Cats' first goal on the board. They go to 1 goal, 3, 9 points. To Glenelg, 1 goal, 2, 8 points. That was a nice goal by O'Keefe.
Yes, O'Keefe taking full advantage of the fact that when he was able to pick up that loose ball, he was completely clear. And good piece of play by young Cole, Nigel Cole that was on that occasion. getting the tap out and thus allowing O'Keefe to have plenty of time to steady and put it through.
Back to the centre again. The Cats in front by 1 point, just on 8 minutes gone of the first quarter. Flanagan again. That's a long punch down there to centre half forward. A hand pass coming back to the same position, finally picked up by Nigel Coll again. There's a go now for Seabohm. He's got a chance to pick it up down there at full back, but fumbles. Still plenty of fumbling by both sides. Johnson pounces on the ball. A hand pass coming out, and the ball finally cleared out by Lahu of Glenelg out to that half-back flank, and finally picked up by Simon. Simon's kick is a pretty wild one, but it's okay. Osua dropped the knees. One went between his legs again. He still can't pick it up there on the boundary line, and it'll be against him. I thought he deliberately threw it out, and the umpire said so too. So it'll be a free kick, a penalty free kick to go to Geelong, and to take the free kick will be Reid.
Even if it wasn't deliberate, it was a throw anyway.
Malcolm Reid on left centre wing for the Cats, putting them into attack. The rain not quite as heavy as it was when the match got underway. And a chance for the Cats to swing into attack here, and taking it away is Michael Coll up towards the full forward position. Bright can't take the mark. Into the goal square it comes, picked up by Bright. A snapshot at goal is out of bounds on the full, and it will be a penalty kick for...
Off the hands, Pete. Touched off the boot. Right.
Yeah, Walsh touched that one for Glenelg.
So a boundary throw in. Frost, number 7. Can't tap it down. Here's a chance for Bright off the ground. That's a goal. Terry Bright putting it through for his first and Geelong's second goal. And the scores on the Sterling scoreboard. Glenelg 1-2-8, trailing Geelong 2-3-15.
Yes, well, you certainly cannot give Terry Bright 1 yard anywhere near goals, because he makes the most of his opportunity, and keep putting that through in soccer fashion. And Jack Edwards delighted to see that go on the board.
Well, he's a big rap for Bright, isn't he?
I said a few moments ago the rain has become a little bit lighter. In fact, it's now become the heaviest it's been since we got underway, so it certainly is going to be a low-scoring match if this continues. Flanagan, another thumping punch down from centre field, picked up by Reid, up towards half-forward for Geelong. Oh, no, he had his head pulled off Fedke, and he'll take the free kick at centre half-forward. He's gone for a short pass, trying to keep the ball moving. It's past Simons. A chance down there for Geelong to get it forward through the agency of O'Keefe. He's already kicked 1 goal. There's Nigel Coll, number 41. Marshall offloads him. It's becoming pretty willing out there, and Glenelg clear the ball up towards centre field. At the back is Murphy, and that's not the place to play this evening. Taken away by Zickler. Out to Reid again, who's been a very busy player in the first quarter. McDermott almost picked him up. Back to Zickler once more. Moving pretty well for a big guy. Down towards right half forward. Nigel Coll. Been the busier of the two brothers so far, and a good safe mark brought in by Seabohm at left half-back flank.
Seabohm goes for a hand pass out there to that half-back flank position. A chance now for the Glenelg side to get the ball clear. That time through Maynard. Maynard's kick is out wide, but the umpires found a free kick. It'll go against Glenelg, and to take the free kick will be Zickler out there on the wing position. Zickler's kick is over towards centre half forward, and he's got to pay that, I think. Yes, a mark to Glenelg, and it'll be Lahu to take the mark at the centre half-back position. Rain just absolutely pelting down at the moment. Yates getting in the front posse, couldn't hold that mark. Now Flanagan gets a hand pass out. Finally picked up by Mutlop. The ball driven down towards the half-forward line for Glenelg. Here's Simons coming in now. Got a shot for an open goal here. Fires, not a bad sort of a kick either. Hit the post. So they're not having much luck at the moment, Glenelg. Would have easily been a goal. So it's 1 goal, 9 points. Glenelg to Geelong 2-3-15, and we're at the just on the 12-minute mark. Chance now for Geelong to go further forward over that centre half forward position by Coll. That's Michael Coll. A hand pass coming out now, and there we see little Waddell hooks the ball back out to the wide open spaces. Coming out to meet it is Bright. Right on his back is Farquhar. He taps the ball back, but Maynard's in the way there for Glenelg. Nice bit of play from the ex-Melbourne players. It goes back there towards McDermott, but he's put out of position by Reid, and the ball is out of bounds on that half-forward line for Geelong, about 60 or 70 metres around from their goal. Actually, it's up towards the wing position. It'll be Carey and Flanagan to go for the knockout. Carey got it down, the ball cleared away by McDermott. Not a good one. Bit of struggling going on there, and a free kick will go out there now to Lunnis for Glenelg.
It's very hard to see the players on the outer side of the ground with this rain. It's torrential at the moment. Geelong through Reid. can't get the ball clear. Almost like a rugby scrum over there, and the umpire's found a free kick to Glenelg. It'll go to Marshall at left centre wing. Marshall, short pass up towards Kernahan, couldn't take the mark. Umpire Argent says play on. Chance for Reynoldson, gives the hand pass out. Intercepted by McGuinness it was. Not much system out there at the moment under these very heavy conditions. Drum gets caught. Did he have the ball? The umpire says play on. It's willy-nilly at the moment. Now there's a free kick being paid. It's going to Glenelg, I think, or is it the other way? It's going to Geelong to be taken by Drum. From half-back. Carey in front. Can't mark it. Tries to knock it down. Waddell had the ball and then lost it. Out to Nigel Cole. Picked up by Buse for Geelong. Carey actually collided with one of his own teammates, and umpire Rowan Saws will ball it up just a little bit short of the centre circle.
Just the same, Pete, the conditions are woeful out there. The ball must be terribly slippery the way the rain's been pelting down.
Yes, I guess in view of that fact, they're handling it reasonably well. Marshall goes for a hand pass, picked up by Waddell. He, incidentally, is the brother-in-law of Motlop that's playing for Glenelg. Comes from Darwin, Motlop. Picked up by Drum, down towards half-forward. Chance for Glenelg, and going for the hand pass down there is Lahu. Not making any headway. And it will be a free kick, which he takes at centre half back. Looking for Simons. Tries to mark it one-handed. Marshall comes in to assist him. He's tackled, gives it back to Simons. Goes for a short pass to right half forward, and the mark is taken by Ralph Sewer. Sewer in turn. Back over towards McFarlane. He's grabbed. Too high, says the umpire. McFarlane takes the free kick. They're going the long way around. Simons making good position, and he takes the mark at right half forward. Almost within kicking distance. Should be able to just about land this in the goal square. He does with a good torpedo punt kick. Players set themselves. A snapshot at goal for Glenelg is just wide, and it goes through for one behind. That was from Lunnis. $10 points to 15. As the ball is driven back into play for Geelong by Tui. Chance for Waddell. 2-on-1. The hand pass comes out to McFarlane. He knocks it on. That's okay. Lunnis again to McDermott. And Reynoldson just about carts the ball out of bounds. In fact, it's off the hands of Zickler. It will be thrown in Geelong's forward pocket.
And we're at the 15.5-minute mark. Geelong at 15 points to Glenelg 10 points. The ball out of bounds in the forward pocket position for Glenelg, about 10 metres around from their goal. Knocked out by Kernahan, picked up by Zickler. Back towards Reid there, going through the pack pretty strongly that time, but down he goes. But don't blame him for that, because it's terribly slippery out there. They're falling over like 9 pins. Geelong finally getting the ball clear that time through Waddell. A long hand pass from Drum. But another fumble that time by Walsh of Glenelg. But the umpire said there'll be a free kick, and it'll go to Walsh around about the centre field position. Goes for a pass. It'll be okay, and the mark taken there by Glenelg's Marshall. Marshall has the free kick about 45 metres out from goal. Goes another short pass. And there's Sewer coming across to take the mark. Didn't make much headway there, but at least he's straight on at the goals now. Kicked by Sewers into the goal square. Kernahan, the front posse, nearly got the mark, and the umpire's paying it for on the shoulder. So a chance to score their second goal now, and they're putting up a pretty good performance at the moment at the 16.5-minute mark. They're trailing by 5 points. This will put them in front by a point if he's successful with the kick. Kernahan coming in now from about less than 10 metres out on a bit of an angle, but not a difficult shot. Well, he's made it difficult. I'll tell you that. He's put it through for a point. So it's 4 points the difference now. 2 goals, 3-15 Geelong to Glenelg, 1 goal, 5-11 points. Had the chance there, Bob.
Yes, Lou, a golden opportunity missed. You just cannot afford, regardless of the conditions, to miss goals from that distance out.
Reynoldson putting the ball back into play. Carey in the front posse couldn't get it. Finally, it's picked up here now by O'Keefe. A long hand pass in the way again as Sewer. Hand pass back to Marshall. They're showing a bit of coordination at the moment as the ball is driven up there by Marshall. Looking for Kernahan. Having a great battle there with Reynoldson, but Reynoldson too strong that time to take the mark. His kicker's out wide. Big Carey in position. Goes the punch. Actually, I thought he pushed Michael Coll on the back, but the umpire didn't think so. The kick by Carey's not a very good one. In comes Simons, couldn't get the mark. Card drops at 2 as a go for McGuinness, last year's Magarey medal, but the winner, has he put it through for a goal? Yes, he has, a great goal. So the score, they've hit the front now, Glenelg. 2 goals, 5-17 to Geelong 2-3-15.
There's a lovely goal by Tony McGuinness, and McGuinness, the youngest ever winner of the Magarey medal, as we see Carey putting the ball forward. Simons couldn't take the mark. A collision there between 2 Geelong players, and McGuinness taking full advantage of that, swooping on the ball and snapping truly.
It's cold, isn't it, Bob?
There's a boy playing
I think McGuinness has been signed by Geelong.
There's a boy playing for Glenelg, number 3, McFarlane. He's had 9 broken noses since he started playing football.
2 points of the difference in favour of Glenelg. Picked up by Reid for Geelong. Wide out towards centre wing. And that's taken there by Doozy to left half forward. Nankervis goes the punch. Gets it away from Ludus, but it's pretty close to the boundary line. Ludus still has it in control. Card comes in for Geelong. Tries to get the hand pass out to Yates. Not successful. Waddell tries to trap it underneath. Having marginally more success, out it comes to Michael Cole. Back towards centre wing position. Seabohm tried to get the ball out, but it comes to Reid eventually. Up towards Walsh. O'Keefe. He's already kicked 1 goal for Geelong. Away he goes on the boundary line from right half forward. Should just about get it into the goal square, and it's knocked away by Lahu. In fact, it hit the point, the goal post, and registering 1 behind. So 2-5 to 2-4, and that makes the difference 1 point in the Sterling Cup from VFL Park. Wait for the ball to come back into play. It's only about 30 seconds to go to siren time in the first quarter. Frost takes the kick out, and it's marked right on the boundary line down there by Farquhar. Bright standing on the mark. Johnston in front and takes a good chest mark. That's how to mark them this evening. They tell me Johnston's kicking's improved this year. He's gone for a short pass, trying to find Drum. Drum can't take the mark. Loose ball at full forward for Geelong. A real chance for the Cats score here, but the siren's not too far away. The umpire's found a free kick, so this will be the chance that they need. Now, can he get the distance? It's going to be taken by Nigel Cole. Both brothers figuring in the action in the first quarter. Glenelg leading by a point at the moment, 17-16. And Cole about 45 metres out directly in front of goal. Dropping short, so it will be no score. That is the quarter time, 2-5 to 2-4 at VFL Park.
The $100,000 tug-of-war between Carlton and North Melbourne for the services of Glenelg rover Kim Hodgman appeared to have backfired for the Roos in 1981. They won the 1978 Magarey medalist, but in 18 matches, he appeared to lack pace in the VFL hurly-burly. In the last Sterling Cup match against Melbourne, however, just a fortnight ago, Hodgman showed just how well he's adapted to the Victorian game, kicking 3 goals in a best-of-field performance. Tonight, you're watching Glenelg versus Geelong on 7's Sterling Cup.
Football 83 continues on 7's Big Replay this Saturday at 6:30. Football Park, the match of the day with the big clash of Curly's Bloods and Campbell's Tigers. From Norwood Oval, the exciting skills of Barnes Redlegs and Hicks's Bulldogs. It's all action. The Big Replay, Saturday at 6:30 on Sporting 7.
We go to Stephen Phillips.
Thank you, Peter. Andrew Buse got a heavy knock to the hip just prior to the quarter-time siren. He's coming off, and Scratcher Neal will most likely come on. I hear you commentators talking about the trouble you're having picking up Michael and Nigel Cole. Well, Tom Hafey's had the same problem. He's made them both wear jumpers at training with M and N on the back instead of numbers. And before the game, he went up to one of them on the rubbing down table, lying on his back, couldn't pick out the number, didn't know who it was. He said, "You're changing with your brother," and gave him his instructions and walked off looking very puzzled. Anyway, back to you, Peter Landy.
Thanks very much, Steve. It's a good thing they're not wearing numbers 6 and 9, isn't it? Anyway, it's 1 point the difference. Bob Skilton, how did you see the first quarter?
Well, with a score like that, you must say it's a very even term. I think Glenelg's endeavour has sort of more than made up for the better skills of Geelong so far. They've had some running players, and one of those was Simons, who went up there. Good piece of roving by Motlop, and on the replay we see the first goal of the going on the board as Tommy Hafey comes wearing his customary Adidas t-shirt, and the rain doesn't worry Tommy, that's for sure.
Well, at least you don't get a good suit wet by standing out in the rain, Bob, do you? It's very sensible, I suppose, to wear a T-shirt on occasions such as that. Second quarter begins with Glenelg leading by 1 point. Rain has just about stopped here at VFL Park. Knocked away by Flanagan, trying to find Reid. He couldn't do so. Glenelg swinging to attack. And the ball is driven up there by McDermott to half forward. Ian Nankervis gets it out wide. Waddell may be first to get there. The boundary line could be the winner, though. In fact, it is. And we'll see it thrown into play right half forward flank for Geelong. In fact, it's probably between half forward and centre wing. A long way from goal. Kernahan and Flanagan, knocked down by Kernahan, taken by McGuinness. And he had it and then lost it, but the umpire has found a free kick for on the shoulder, and it will go to McGuinness, I guess, is it? Or is it going to Motlop? No, it's going to Geelong and to be taken by Flanagan. From left half back, looking for Johnston, can't take the mark. Seabohm is right there with him. Into centre field, Neal on the ground. He was on the bench in the first quarter, as Stephen mentioned. Picked up by Reid for Geelong. He's one of their busiest players so far in the match. Up to their half-forward line. Knocked down by Lahoo, taken by Maynard. Well, in fact, almost. He got a push in the back, and Maynard will take the free kick at left half-back flank. Off the side of the boot, an absolute shocker. Gained them precious little. Simons takes the mark. Or was that a bump ball?
Played fairly well, this guy, too, Bob.
He has.
Yes, he's making position well, playing very wide of the packs and giving them something to kick to each time.
Another chance for Reid and also Sewer. Sewer gets there first. Reid just about into his back and looking for the free kick. Kernahan knocks it onto Simons. Waddell has the chance, scoops it out. Taken forward for Geelong down there and driven up towards their half-forward line by Zickler. Bright on the boundary line. Snap at goal. Off target. In fact, it won't even be a score. It's out of bounds in the Geelong forward pocket.
Out of bounds about 20 metres around from the Geelong goal. They're trailing at the moment by 1 point. 2-5-17 Glenelg to Geelong 2-4-16. Just over 2 minutes gone of the second quarter. Did you say the rain's eased up a bit, Pete? It's starting to pelt down again now.
Well, I said that, Lou. When it had, it's now started again.
Frost gets the ball out. Finally, it's Tui trying to go for a hand pass. Taking the ball over the line is Walsh, and the ball is out of bounds again. Still in Geelong's attacking zone, about 20 metres around from their goal. Ball pushed down. There's Neal having a snapshot for goal. Not a bad sort of a kick either. A beautiful goal by Neal.
Yes, they don't come many better than that, Lou. Robert Neal having a wonderful year so far for Geelong, and I think that was a sign of just how well he is playing, because when your confidence is high, they're the sort of goals that always seem to go through. But when things aren't going so well for you, you put those out of bounds on the full.
When you're hot, you're hot, and when you're not, you're not.
22 points to 17 at VFL Park. Geelong leading by a margin of 4.
Alex Card giving a big punch out. Reid doing very well for Geelong. Drives them back into attack. That's Bright getting up high, but got nowhere pretty quickly. That's Fetke in front. Gets a hand pass back, but he's grabbed again. Into his back was Frost, but the umpire still said play on. Plenty of latitude given as the ball is picked up by Nigel Cole. Another snap for goal, and the ball is out of bounds on the full. It'll be a penalty free kick down there to Glenelg's Maynard. Very slippery football at the moment, but that's understandable. Rain still coming down pretty heavily. Out towards Flanagan and Kernahan. He got one in the back, Kernahan, and he takes the free kick at half back.
It was bad luck it was paid, actually, for Glenelg, because McGuinness was really off and running.
Yes, McGuinness, number 8. This is going out wide now to Marshall, and Marshall takes the mark. That's the centre player out there at half back. The boy that Bob mentioned, McGuinness, won last year's McGarry medal. As Jack Dyer calls it, the Marjorie medal. The youngest player ever. I think he was 18 years of age. Oh, Tui, a good safe mark out there on the wing position. I like 17 apparently when he won the McGarry medal. Kernahan in front again, and the umpire's paying a free kick for on the shoulder. He's doing a pretty good job on the ruck, even though Flanagan's getting most of the knockouts. This fella's doing pretty well around the ground. The kick by Kernahan is back towards centre field. And there's a mark taken here by Yates.
Yates just short of the centre, goes for the hand pass. It'll come out to Flanagan. Flanagan on the move from the centre. Kick dropping well short, and the mark is taken by Lahoo at centre half back. Another short pass. McDermott, who's been signed by Fitzroy. Reid, missed what seems to be an easy mark. Simons gets into his back. Reid looking for the free kick. It comes out to McDermott again, who takes the hand pass from Motlop. And the mark taken by Yates at centre half back. He's gone for a hand pass. Nankervis to Neil is good football. At the back is Maynard. Had the ball knocked away from him. A chance down there for Michael Cole at left half forward. Looking for Terry Bright. Ball fisted clear of him. A chance for the Cats, and getting ridden into the ground down there is Darcy. And the Glenelg player is tripped up down there. That's Farquhar, and he'll take the free kick in the right back pocket. Out of bounds on the full. And it will be a penalty to Geelong. Free kick to be taken presumably by Peter Johnston. He has to go and fox the ball himself, so that's a first. Nobody sitting out in the rain. They're all under the covered stands here at VFL Park, a fair way from the boundary line. Johnston's kick to Bright. Almost had it. Maynard got ridden into the ground. He's got a push in the back, and Maynard comes out with the free kick. 5 points the difference in favour of Geelong, 22-17. That's a better kick from Maynard. Johnston going the spoil. Comes down to Ray Card, waiting at the back of the pack. Simons gets into his back, and it will be thrown into play just short of the centre wing position. Rain just about stopped now, but conditions still very greasy. Flanagan and Kernahan, who got the hand pass out to Doothie. Back to McDermott. Up towards Reynoldson. It looks as though he's been moved up to half forward. Knock on by Reid. Out it comes to Nigel Cole, who knocks it on to O'Keefe. O'Keefe diving on top of the ball like a real terrier. Couldn't get it away from underneath him. And umpire Argent will ball it up at half forward. Pretty crowded around that bounce too. Kernahan thumps it down. Good 35 metres up towards centre wing. The Cats swing into attack. Driven up there by Card. The umpire has found a free kick.
Seabohm.
It's going to Glenelg. And yes, it is Seabohm. Seabohm at left half back. Brings it up towards centre field. Knocked away again by Flanagan. Neil couldn't take it. Getting grabbed as McGuinness. Umpire lets it continue. O'Keefe on centre wing. Knock on by Lahoo. A chance for Maynard. The handball is effective. Almost out of bounds. In fact, it's only about half a metre inside as it's marked by Doothie.
Doothie with the ball now at half back for Glenelg. Not a very good kick, but it's okay. And a mark taken here by Kernahan. Still playing well. A good hand pass to McGuinness. And they go back into attack looking for Carey. Carey's juggling the ball. Nearly marked that one. And it's finally forced out of bounds. But at least it's on their half-forward line. They're 2 goals, 5-17 to Geelong, 3-4-22, just over the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. It'll be Carey and Flanagan to go for the knockout. Carey got that one out. Going after it now is McFarlane. Goes for the soccer trick out there. Looking after it now is Simons. Picks it up nicely. Gets a hand pass back to McGuinness. McGuinness is grabbed. In goes McFarlane again. We see that Drum's in there too. Fun of the ball's forced out now, but Carey goes down. He got one the back from Reynoldson, and the umpire's going to ball that up about 30 metres out from the Glenelg goal. Badly needing a goal here, trailing by 5 points, but I reckon about 8 goals to win this match, Bob, tonight.
It's hard to say, Lou, if one side can actually get on top, but at the present moment, both of them are tackling fiercely and not allowing either side to get easy kicks out.
That's Ian Nankervis getting the ball back, finally picked up here now by Lunnis. Lunnis's kick for Glenelg is across to their centre half forward position. The ball finally forced out again, picked up by Lahoo. Out wide, going out to meet it now is Ziegler. Chasing him is Sewer. Fun of the ball is kicked out wide to Reid. Going after Reid is Walsh. Right behind him is Simons. Picks it up nicely. Back to Lahoo there. Plenty of good hand passing. Finally, we get a hand pass back to Simons again, that time from Walsh. Short pass, and Sewer's got the mark. Quickly plays on. Over to Marshall. Marshall goes for a pass. It'll be okay. And the mark taken here by McFarlane. McFarlane's kick is a hurried one up there towards the teeth of goals. Oh, there's a great mark taken that time by Murphy. Oh, go back and have the shot, son.
He's only played 3 games, Lou. There's 17 years of age.
That was a great mark. Positioned himself nicely to put Yates out of business. Then he's on the boundary line. A difficult shot. By golly, it deserves the goal. That was a great mark under these conditions. There's the shot. And what's he done with it? He's hit the post. So it's 4 points the difference now. 2 goals, 6-18 Glenelg to Geelong, 3-4-22. Just over 10 minutes gone of the second quarter.
Yes, very good effort under these conditions by young Murphy to take the mark, but almost an impossible angle under these conditions. He did well to even hit the post. 18-22, 4 points in favour of the Cats.
Played well,
mark
this
to
fella,
Kernahan. Yes, it is.
I think David Parkin and the Carlton boys would be delighted so far.
Yeah.
Yes, he's done very well in the ruck, hasn't he? Very tall. Up to full forward again, looking for Murphy. Couldn't take the mark. It's cleared out there by Card of Geelong and bounces about 1.5 metres inside the boundary line, and so we'll see a throw-in to take place between half-forward flank and forward pocket. Flanagan and Carey. Knocked down by Flanagan. Nankervis. And there's Kernahan again. That time he couldn't drag the mark in. The umpire letting play continue, but now he has to ball it up. Still run about the half-forward mark for Glenelg. This is the 4th match of the Sterling Cup for 1983. Oh, punched down by Flanagan, a good 25 to 30 metres up towards Maynard. Maynard goes for the hand pass to Seabohm. He's hotly pressured by Neal. Out it comes to McFarlane, just wide of the centre circle. McFarlane's pass down to Carey, who takes the mark at half-forward. Big ruckman, around about 6'5". Would be, I don't think, within kicking distance tonight under these conditions. Let's see what sort of a fist he can make of this. He's given it a hefty sort of a boot. Almost a nudge out there against Yates for in the back, but the umpire missed it. And it will be a free kick going the other way. Instead, it's going to Geelong. Let's see who's going to take it. Zickler, it looks like. He was the man on the bottom of that stack-up. And Zickler from fullback to get the Cats out of the danger zone. Carey knocks it down. Can't find a rover to take it away from that pack, though. Out comes Doothey. He couldn't do much with it either. Loose at centre wing. Picked up by O'Keefe. Down to right half forward for Geelong. Doothey. Back to centre field. Oh, McFarlane got a mile in the air, but it's taken by Reid. Probably would have got the free kick anyway, Malcolm Reid. A short pass to Scratcher Neal. Can't take the mark. Actually, Lahu seemed to be hung on to there, but the umpire didn't see it as a free kick. Now he's decided to ball it up at right half forward for Geelong.
And the score, 2 goals, 6-18 Glenelg to Geelong, 3-4-22. Just over the 12.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Knocked out by Carey. Down it comes here now, and Maynard doing pretty well down there on that half-back flank, looking there for Kernahan, but oh, there's a good mark taken down there at half-forward by McDermott. So the Glenelg side ready to go back into attack up there towards Murphy. In front, the ball is knocked down by McFarlane, I think it was, finally picked up by Card of Geelong, back there towards McFarlane, coming through to take that mark. Moved up there pretty quickly that time. Goes for a long kick up there towards the full forward position. Oh, there's a mark. He didn't pay that.
Goodness me.
I'd have paid that, Bob, wouldn't you, to Kernahan?
I'd be abusing if I hadn't been
golly,
paid.
why didn't he pay that? That was a mark all the way to the big fella number 4. He's going to ball it up now, make it more difficult for them, because these Geelong defenders... Well, if that's not a mark, I'll give the game away under these conditions.
I must admit, Yates did have the first grab.
Here it comes out to McDermott, finally picked up by O'Keefe. A hand pass coming out here now, and this is one of the Colt boys kicking the ball. It might be Nigel, it might be Michael. I can't see his number as Lahu gets it back there again to Maynard. Back up there towards the full forward position. And plenty of juggling. That's Ziegler trying to get back there. The ball comes out wide of the pack. They stack up again. It's Neal forcing the ball out and backing up well. Takes the ball away to the half-back line. Finally cleared away by O'Keefe. Down there towards Johnson. He dropped the mark. Got one around the neck from Carey, and he'll take the free kick on the centre wing position. Just over the 14-minute mark. 4 points the difference in favour of the Cats. And they've got to work hard here tonight because Glenelg putting up a pretty good show. Flynn on the ground replacing Waddell, and this will be Flynn's first to go at senior football. Pack flying, the umpire's found another free kick, and as soon as Flynn comes on the ground, that'll give the kid plenty of confidence. He gets a free kick.
You can't get them much quicker than that, Luke.
No, you can't. That's the luck of the Irish, they would say.
Shorts don't come much tighter either.
kick up there. Now, that's a gutsy mark taken there by Farquhar. Down there in the back.
Pay that, sure.
Isn't he paying that mark?
Well, I think he must have felt that Farquharson played on.
Well, I'll tell you what, the South Australians can't go crook because that's the South Australian umpire, isn't it? That gave... I thought it was a mark, Bob.
Very harsh.
Well, there's two they've taken away from them. Chance here now for Geelong to have a go at the goal through Darcy. Only about 5 metres out. There's the kick, and he's made no doubt about it. It's right through the middle. Just on the 16-minute mark, Glenelg 2 goals 6-18 to Geelong 4-4-28, and Glenelg would be smarting about that goal, I'd reckon.
They've only scored one behind this quarter, Glenelg. Lunnis from the centre circle, and getting underneath it to take a nice mark out there is McGuinness, who's kicked one of their 2 goals. Tony McGuinness from right half forward, in fact, has been given a 15-metre penalty, so that should just about bring him within kicking range on this not so brilliant night. Graham Campbell, the coach of Glenelg. That's just about through, I would say, for goal number 2 to McGuinness. So a badly needed one for Glenelg, their first this quarter.
Yes, well, we'll give them the lift, the fact that they answered that Geelong goal so quickly. And Tony McGuinness, and even though it was against Geelong, I'm sure the Geelong hierarchy would be pleased to see that McGuinness can dispose of the ball as well as that, because I do believe he has been signed by Geelong.
Got a bit of class about him, Bob, too, hasn't he? Looks nice.
Other players that have been signed: Chris McDermott by Fitzroy, and of course Stephen Kernahan by Carlton. Carey, one of the veterans in the Glenelg side. 24-28 is the scoreboard, with Geelong in the lead by now, only 4 points. So it's pretty much touch and go here at VFL Park. A chance for the Cats. Darcy getting caught with the ball, gives it to Scratch O'Neill. The umpire said holding the ball, and I don't think you could really argue with that one.
Big Carey, Peter's actually signed by St Kilda. He originally signed by Melbourne and was swapped for Dittrich. I don't think you'll ever see him in the St Kilda Guernsey.
No, I don't think so, Bob. No, he's...
not at this stage.
There's 275 games behind him. I think he'd probably play out his career with Glenelg. Ball driven up towards the centre wing position now. A chance for the Cats here. Scratch O'Neill comes in to back up Darcy, who missed the mark. Almost thrown back into play that time. It's picked up by McDermott, but the umpire has found a free kick, or is it out of bounds? It will be the latter, and it will be thrown in on the centre wing position. So Carey in the ruck for Glenelg. Palms it down beautifully, but it's taken away for Geelong by Michael Cole towards right half forward, and the ball just inside the line, and once again it will be thrown into play. Now the Cats working it around gradually towards their goal. Carey again with Fedke. Scratch O'Neill gets 2 hands to it, but umpire Argent has decided on the bounce. Ground in very good condition, or it looks that way from here, nice and green, but of course it's assisted by some rain we've had of late, and of course the VFL have their own dam here for watering. Fedke this time beats Carey to it. We're not making any headway, and umpire Argent has, I think, done the wise thing and paid a free kick. It will go to the last man to get up. That's Maynard for a push in the back. Maynard at left half-back flank. Up to centre wing position. It comes to McDermott off the hands of Kernahan. The bounce could beat Nankervis. No, he traps it well, gets it over to his teammate in Drum, who in turn flicks it out to Tui. Tui from centre wing, or very, very high kick. They're the ones you hate, but a mark again taken by Maynard at half-back flank.
And Maynard doing a pretty good job down there on that half-back flank. The ex-Melbourne boy shoots the ball across the centre half-back. I'd have gone straight down the ground. As they go now for Geelong to go into attack, as the ball is shot up there towards the full forward position. Darcy flies. It's punched away again by Walsh. A long hand pass by Farquhar. Coming out now to Lunnis. Kicks the ball off the ground out wide. Going after the Simons. Could be a clash here between he and Nankervis. Umpires found a free kick against Simons for hanging on to Nankervis. Didn't have the ball that time. So it's a chance now for Geelong to go back into attack. Nankervis's kick is over the half-forward line. They all had a miss that time. In goes Darcy again. Couldn't pick that up. And there's the siren to end the second quarter. And at half-time, we see Glenelg 3 goals, 6-24, trailing Geelong by 4 points, 4 goals, 4-28.
long trip around Port Phillip Bay from Geelong to VFL Park has seemed to prove disastrous for the Cats in 6 years of night competition. They've played 8 games, winning only twice against Richmond in 1979 and South Adelaide in 1981. This year, the new-look Cats under coach Tom Hafey will be a far different proposition after an impressive start to the VFL season. You're watching the 1983 Sterling Cup live around Australia on the 7 Network.
Geelong leading by 4 points at half-time. Let's go down to the respective dressing rooms now. Jack Edwards is in the Glenelg rooms, and Jack, I guess they'd be fairly happy with their performance to date.
They're very happy, Peter. Yes, they are happy with their form. They're not happy with the umpiring. They weren't too happy about those 2 decisions you spoke of during the commentary. They thought Murphy should have been paid that mark, and then the one taken off and given Geelong a goal, they weren't too impressed with that. But they said that won't worry them. They can still go out and beat Geelong. They're very confident they can do that. Of course, they haven't won a game yet this year, Glenelg, and Geelong have won their first 3. A little bit of bad news for them. It won't hurt the player, but Chris McDermott, the Fitzroy draft player we spoke of, has had 3 stitches inserted in a cut above his eye, but they reckon he'll be all right. He's as tough as nails and he'll come out fighting. I don't know whether you people at home can see, but I can see the handball used by Graham Campbell when he played for Fitzroy under Len Smith, their coach down there. I'm sure that's had some influence on this team this evening. Anyhow, enough from me. We're going over to Stephen Phillips now in the Geelong room.
Thanks, Jack. As a matter of fact, while most VFL presidents spend half-time upstairs in the VIP room and just pop down to the dressing room, of course, Geelong's president, Dr Kevin Threlfall, is a club doctor, and he's been busy at half-time looking at a couple of players. Andrew Buse has got a reasonably deep-seated bruise in his hip, and Rod Waddell's got bruising to the bottom, I guess you'd call it. But anyway, both players have been checked over and have been passed fit to play in the second half. Geelong, of course, have plenty to look forward to in this match because they've only won 2 of their 8 championship encounters under these lights out here at VFL Park, and they're hoping to add to that tonight. Back to you, Peter.
Well, thanks, Stephen. And of course, Geelong have a poor record here generally at VFL Park, also in day matches. So maybe they can improve upon that this evening. We'll be looking at some of the highlights, gentlemen. But 4 points the difference. It's really anybody's game, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. And Bob, I know that the 3 matches they've won in the day matches, they've said that Tom Hafey's coach has had a lot of influence with the long kicking, but you couldn't tell anything tonight because of the conditions, and they just can't get that long game going.
No, and to Glenelg's credit, as we see a lovely goal by O'Keefe. It was the first goal scored by Geelong. Nice piece of play by young Cole there to tap the ball out and allow O'Keefe to really get on top with that. But I do give credit to Glenelg's tackling for offsetting a lot of the opportunities that Geelong have had to possibly make use of the long kicking game. But with conditions the way they've been, although at the present moment rain has stopped right throughout the term, it was falling heavily. And on this occasion we see Terry Bright pick the ball off the ground in soccer fashion, and maybe there's a bit of luck associated with those goals, but nonetheless Terry Bright makes a habit of kicking that type of goal.
You've got to get your bit to it before you can kick it, Bob, and he's pretty quick at doing that, isn't he?
Well,
Yes,
he's a handy player over the years, Terry Bright. He's played some bad ones, but by God, he's been a very handy player over the years for them, hasn't he? Kicking many goals, and, you know, when the side has been struggling.
Tremendous amount of skill, Terry Bright, and very dangerous around goals.
There's Big Carey. Carey, you said, Bob, that he was signed with Melbourne firstly, wasn't he?
Well, Melbourne originally, and then when Melbourne wanted Dittrich back from St Kilda, they made a swap. As we see McGuinness, the reigning Magarey medalist, only 19 years of age, and he's kicked 2 goals, and a busy player so far in this game. Around the packs, has picked up not a lot of kicks, but with 2 goals on the board, has been very effective.
All right, we'll take a break right now. The siren has gone to indicate that the start of the third quarter is not too far away. So we'll be back here at VFL Park for the resumption of play in just a few moments.
17-year-old Tony McGuinness last year became the youngest player in South Australian National Football League history to take the prestigious Magarey medal. The young rover came close to making it an even more memorable season when he helped the Tigers fight from 5th position into the grand final against eventual premiers Norwood. Tony McGuinness, one of Glenelg's cornerstones and a man to watch in the 1983 Sterling Cup competition. Remember July the 11th last year? The big Sunday crowd for that great clash of Port and Sturt? Remember the excitement of Tim Evans and at the other end Rick Davies? It's on again this Sunday. Port and Sturt, live from Football Park. If you can't be there, be with 7 for all the action. Port and Sturt, live from 2:15 this Sunday on Sporting 7.
And welcome back to VFL Park. 4 points the difference as the teams take up their positions for the resumption of play, with Geelong leading 4-4-28 to Glenelg 3-6-24. Umpire Rowan Saws checking that all is in readiness. His fellow umpire tonight from the SANFL, Laurie Argent. We resume play at the park. Geelong in front by 4 points. The rain has ceased. Let's hope for the rest of the night. Knocked down by Flanagan. He didn't get it very far, though, only about a metre out of the circle, and picked up by Geelong's best player so far in Malcolm Reid, up towards the centre half forward position. Chance for Johnston on the move. The snap at goal, in towards the square, tries to smother it, not successful. Down there is Walsh, not Walsh, but it's Frost. Ball very close to the boundary line. Now it's Walsh. Loses it to Johnston, taken away by Drum. Gets tackled well by Walsh. Johnston, snap at goal from the boundary line. That's not bad. In fact, it's through. Great goal by Peter Johnston, and that's a fine start in this third quarter for Geelong.
Probably shows how unlucky Glenelg are tonight when Peter Johnston can thread it through from the boundary line. And
can't kick it from 10 yards out, and he kicks one from there.
That's exactly what I mean. Still, Peter was taking a couple of nice marks and giving them something to kick to at centre half forward. Something that they haven't done well tonight, Lou, take marks.
Just over a minute gone in the third quarter, and Geelong now lead by 10 points after that great goal to Peter Johnston. A whistle has gone. It will be a free kick to the Cats, and once again it will be Malcolm Reid to get it out of the circle for Geelong. Reid up to right half forward. Johnston again has it fisted away by Lunnis, but Seabohm. Nobody making much headway here. It's a real scramble after that heavy rain we had. A Geelong player in Cole, that's Nigel Cole, got one in the eye, but the umpire saw fit to let play continue. He's still in there burrowing after the ball, and umpire Saws has decided to ball it up.
And it's about 30 metres out from the Geelong goal. There at 34 points, the Glenelg 24 points. Just on 2 minutes gone of this third quarter. A free kick will go to Kernahan. And no doubt, Bob, he's Glenelg's best player.
Yes, he's marked extremely well, and as we said earlier, it would make David Parkin and the Carlton boys extremely happy.
There's a chance now for Geelong to get the ball at the pack. This time it goes to Nigel Cole. Played a fair game tonight too, the young fellow. Out wide, and a mark taken here by Walsh. Or was it? No, it's Frost. Frost down there at the full-back position for Glenelg. You see the 7 on the back as the ball goes out there looking for Duthie. In goes Cole. Duthie couldn't grab that one, and the ball is finally forced out of bounds on that half-forward line for Geelong, about 60-odd metres around from their goal. It'll be Flanagan against Kernahan. Knocked out by Flanagan. Plenty of juggling. Oh, Lahu was thrown on the ground that time. Back towards Maynard. Another trip up, and the umpire still calling play on. Very slippery out there still, even though it stopped raining. Duthie going in to meet it. Got it on the boundary line, and it's finally forced out of bounds. This time it's a little further around towards the Geelong goal, only about 45 to 50 metres out. Coming across is Fetke this time with Frost. Actually, Frost got that down. It wasn't a good one. A hurried snap up there by Neil. Bright got one hand to it, still juggles the ball. Coming out now, and Lahu kicks it off the side of the boot out wide. Going out to meet it now is Maynard. Also there we see coming in to meet it is Tui. Grabbed by the foot, and the umpire spotted that one against Maynard. He's let it play on as we see Nigel Cole get it up there, but there'll be a mark taken in there. Defence by Frost again. Frost goes for a short pass out wide to that half-back flank. Picked up now by Duthie. Duthie looking for Kernahan. Still doing very well out there for Glenelg. Takes a great mark. I reckon Carlton will be laughing all the way to the bank with this guy.
At this stage they would.
Out it goes now. Tapped on nicely by O'Keefe. Out to Card. Card had a fresh air shot. He's on the boundary line. Back to Nankervis. Bumped over the line, and the ball is out of bounds. So at the just on the 4-minute mark, it's 3-6-24 Glenelg to Geelong 5-4-34.
You can be certain though, Louis won't be a cheap player, because Harry Kernahan, Stephen's father, I think is secretary of the Glenelg Football Club, and a very, very shrewd man. So it will not be very cheap by the time they get Stephen Kernahan in a Carlton Guernsey.
And the better he plays tonight, the dearer the price will go.
Yeah. Might go up about $100 a kick. Back towards centre field. There was Kernahan. He missed that mark. Simons flicks out the handball. McFarlane a chance to pick it up on the run at left half forward, which he does. In Nankervis goes the spoil. Good defensive play by the Geelong veteran. The umpire says holding the man. A free kick going to the Cats, and it will be taken by Yates at right half-back flank. In fact, he's just about in the back pocket. Had a very good game against Collingwood a couple of weeks back at Victoria Park. One of Geelong's best players, and so he could be in for a fine season. Glenelg go forward again as the ball is driven up by Duthie. Flanagan in the goal square for the Cats will get them out of the trouble, out of the danger zone, and gets it round the boundary line. Mark missed out there by Flynn. Shrugs the tackle, but out of bounds, and it will be a throw in the forward pocket for Glenelg, only about 35 metres around from their scoring area. Carey at the back, Flanagan in front. Whoops, taken away by Nigel Cole. Back to Reid, who flicks it out to Scratcher Neal. Almost caught by McGuinness, not quite. Missed by O'Keefe. Neal again, got one a little bit too high, and Scratcher Neal will take the free kick. Came on at quarter time. He's gone for the long handball to Nankervis. Geelong skipper well shepherded by Card up towards half forward. Play on, says the umpire. Darcy's handball over to O'Keefe into the goal square. Big pack of players down there. Still a chance for a Geelong goal. They're looking a little bit better this quarter, Geelong. They've already got one on the board. And a real stack-up developing here. The umpire says holding the ball, and a free kick going to Lahu. Short pass to Lannis in the forward pocket, or back pocket, whichever you'd prefer. Nigel Cole. Both the Coles have done very well. He could just about score from here, Cole. Oh, shocking kick. Well, I said just about score. He nearly did. Got it within 10 metres of the goal, or behind post.
I think he was kicking down to Gardenia Park. They thought the goals were down there, Pete.
Put him on the centre wing. So Fetke gets it down to Terry Bright, who has a snapshot at goal. Won't quite make the distance. Off the hands of the pack. A chance there, and going through very solidly was Lannis. Back to Walsh. Or was Frost, rather. Now McFarlane has a chance to pick the ball up on centre wing. Gets the hand pass out to Lahu, and Lahu gets it up towards left centre wing.
And it's a chance now for Geelong to send the ball back to the take. And it's Reid to take that kick out there on that wing position. Possibly Geelong's best player up to this stage of the match. Kernahan in front. Couldn't hold that mark. Still players falling over like nobody's business. It comes out to Duthie again, doing a lot better this quarter. Out wide, it's Marshall threading his way through the pack for that Glenelg side. Oh, that's nearly a mark. I'd pay that to McGuinness. Couldn't take that one off him. Certainly took one off Farquhar in that last quarter. Even our triple Brownlow medalist was disgusted. He never goes crook about umpires at all. Oh, bad miss that time by Simon, but he recovered okay, then goes down. Tries to get the ball back to Lannis. Now a hand pass from Reid. Back out there to Ian Nankervis. Seems to be getting better with age too as he goes for a pass, and there'll be a mark taken here by Drum. He's decided to get around his opponent, Sewer. The umpire call play. This gives him a bit of a break. Out it goes now. A chance for the ball to be picked up by Walsh of Glenelg. It drops short, and Toohey should have gone for the chest mark. He made hard work of that, but finally recovered it. So it's Toohey with the mark there on the centre wing position for Geelong. They're in front by 10 points at the moment. In front is Kernahan. Picked up now by Darcy. Finally it goes back to Card. Card just goes through the pack like a bulldozer that time. The ball up there towards the full forward position. Chance for Bright. Pouncing on it now is Neal. A hand pass coming over here to O'Keefe, and there's no doubt about that. It's a goal.
O'Keefe kicking his second goal and making the most of a good piece of teamwork there from Robert Neal. He could easily have had a shot at goal himself, elected to give the hand pass over the top where O'Keefe was right on the goal line, but by the time he had his kick. So O'Keefe covering plenty of ground from the wing, going right up and down. He was on the other side of the ground too, he's actually playing, but a nice goal.
9 minutes gone of the third quarter. 3-6-24 Glenelg to Geelong 6-4-40.
And the Cats opening up a pretty useful break at the moment. Getting ridden into the ground is O'Keefe, and he'll take the free kick. O'Keefe at half-back. Knock on by Johnston, looking for a rover. Reid picks it up, barges his way through. This could be another goal coming up to Geelong if he's accurate, and it's just about there, and the mark taken by Frost. right on the goal line.
He's had a great quarter for us, Pete.
He's had plenty of work, hasn't he, Bob? And the ball out of bounds, not on the full, but it bounced just about half a metre inside the line, and it will be thrown back into play. 24-40, Geelong leading by 16 points, and with the rain starting to fall again, that's quite a useful lead. Johnston and Frost doing battle down there. Johnston barging his way through, gives the hand pass to O'Keefe, runs into McFarlane in all sorts of trouble out there. Nobody can get a good kick at the ball. Over the head of Drum it was, picked up by Toohey. No, he's lost it. A chance for Scratch and Neal. 20 metres out. Beautiful balk by Neal, and he's put that one through for another goal at Geelong as they stream ahead.
So Robert Neal that time kicking his second goal, and I really feel there we saw that touch of class that sorts out the men from the boys.
Giles a little bit too late. You can't take that one away from Law.
9 minutes gone of the third quarter. 3-6-24 Glenelg to Geelong 6-4-40.
And the Cats opening up a pretty useful break at the moment. Getting ridden into the ground is O'Keefe, and he'll take the free kick. O'Keefe at half-back. Knock on by Johnston, looking for a rover. Reid picks it up, barges his way through. This could be another goal coming up to Geelong if he's accurate, and it's just about there, and the mark taken by Frost right on the goal line.
He's had a great quarter for us, Pete.
He's had plenty of work, hasn't he, Bob? And the ball out of bounds, not on the full, but it bounced just about half a metre inside the line, and it will be thrown back into play. 24-40, Geelong leading by 16 points, and with the rain starting to fall again, that's quite a useful lead. Johnston and Frost doing battle down there. Johnston barging his way through, gives the hand pass to O'Keefe, runs into McFarlane in all sorts of trouble out there. Nobody can get a good kick at the ball. Over the head of Drum it was, picked up by Toohey. No, he's lost it. A chance for Scratch and Neal. 20 metres out. Beautiful balk by Neal, and he's put that one through for another goal at Geelong as they stream ahead.
So Robert Neal that time kicking his second goal, and I really feel there we saw that touch of class that sorts out the men from the boys, as you might say, because when there were a few players unable to really gain possession, Robert Neal whipped in, and in these conditions handled it beautifully. A nice balk and weave and a lovely goal.
Geelong have kicked 3 goals this quarter, and Glenelg have yet to add to their half-time total, so it's not a useful scoreboard insofar as Glenelg are concerned, as the ball gets driven up towards the right half-forward flank for them. Then Curvis will get there first if the boundary line doesn't beat him. It has done, and we'll see it thrown back into play.
Just over 11 minutes gone. Geelong doing a lot better this quarter. 7-4 to Glenelg 3-6. They did very well the first half, Glenelg, but their forward line's not functioning at all. But that is taking a little bit of credit away from the Geelong defence. Finally kicked off the ground by Nan Curvis. There's a go for Maynard, a hurried kick back there towards half forward. But once again, we see winning the race for the ball is Marshall. O'Keefe got into his back, and the umpire paid the free kick at centre half forward to Marshall. Marshall's kick is a long one. Looking down there for Lunnis, he flew high, actually got in the back of Yates, but coming out to meet it now is Flynn. Finally a kick, it falls short. Tapped on that time by O'Keefe, having a great battle there with Marshall. Kicked off the ground by O'Keefe. Coming in to meet it now is Duthie out there on the wing position. Had quite a few touches this quarter. Card couldn't mark that. Flynn's grab goes back to McDermott for Glenelg. Has a chance now for Lunnis to mark. Well played that time by Yates, and the ball is finally forced out of bounds. Geelong defence pretty tight at the moment, Bob.
I don't think the Glenelg forward line is quite strong enough to be able to outmanoeuvre the Geelong defence.
Kernahan and Fetke knocked out by Kernahan. A beautiful knockout to Simons. There's a chance for a goal now. He runs, fires. Oh, but there was a chance of a lifetime. Missed it. He's kicked it out of bounds.
Bucketing down too, Lou.
Yes, certainly. But this, I noticed that Glenelg played better when it was rain. This could help them a little bit. Free kick going down there to Geelong. It's Reynolds now playing this match in defence. Most of his play, there's one on the back, but I think he might have staged that time, Kernahan. Umpire will ball this up for sure on Glenelg's half-forward line, about 65 metres out from their goal. We're at the just on the 13-minute mark, 7-4-46 Geelong to Glenelg 3-6-24. Carey against Fetke. Neither got control of that knockout, and the umpire's going to ball it up again. Still pelting down here with rain. Well, it wouldn't be Tuesday night unless it rained. We could have fixed up the drought for sure if we'd have played this Sterling Cup throughout the summertime without any worries. The ball knocked out by Fetke. Once again, it's Reid doing a great job for Geelong. Keefe missed that. Now it's back to O'Keefe, and he drives it back over that centre half forward position. Going after is Johnson. There's a chance for Seabohm to get a hand pass back to Farquhar, but he knocks it on smartly, but Card's in the way. He goes down. A hand pass coming out now towards Darcy. Darcy with a beautiful hand pass over there to O'Keefe. He goes for a pass. Oh, he couldn't hold that time, McFarlane, but staying at the back, as Bob said, as Frost gets a hand pass out, and Maynard takes the ball away from the danger zone for Glenelg.
Maynard from the back pocket delivers it around towards the members' stand wing here at VFL Park. Carey had a chance for the mark and missed it. Likewise, Fetke. Carey, another chance, shepherded by Simons to Marshall. Glenelg through Maynard now. Maynard short pass in towards centre field. It certainly put McGuinness under the hammer there. Drum right behind him. Nobody making much headway. Neal, handball to Drum, caught. Play on, says the umpire. Geelong do. It goes to Michael Cole. Gives the hand pass to his brother. They're like the Crackers, aren't they? A long shot at goal by Cole, and that's just about brought up full points. It has. Well, the brothers look for brothers, and it certainly paid dividends then, Bob.
Yes, a good piece of teamwork, and although it didn't quite come off, I must admire on that occasion the tenacity of young McGuinness. He tackled and chased and continued to chase, even though he was outnumbered 2 and 3 to 1 at times. And so I'm sure that Geelong would be pleased to see McGuinness approach in that manner.
And the brothers bringing up a goal for Geelong. It was Nigel Cole that finally booted it through, his first for the night and Geelong's 8th. And of course it's their 4th goal they've kicked this quarter. In fact, they've kicked 4 straight. In fact, since quarter time they haven't scored a behind, so they've been pretty accurate in their kicking since the first change. Ray Card at right half-back flank gets it back to centre wing. McGuinness waiting behind the pack. Spinning out well is Seabohm. Plenty of Geelong players are there, and the mark taken by Ray Card.
Well, Motlop just stood there and watched Card take that mark, but the defence of Geelong standing up very strongly at the moment. These Glenelg boys a little bit inexperienced for this solid defence. A hand pass coming over there to Flynn. Flynn's kick is up there towards the full forward position. Going after it now is O'Keefe. Frost is there, but he overruns the ball this time, and it's finally forced out of bounds. There's Flanagan falling on top of it.
He got tripped, Frost, though, and he'll take the free kick.
Well, it'll be a free kick to Frost for a trip. Flanagan fell on the ball. This is what he'd fallen on it properly at a burst. There's an interchange player coming. I think Motlop's going off for not going in hard enough for that ball, I would say.
Frost hadn't had a kick to half-time, Lou, and he's had 6 kicks in this quarter.
Well, you were right, Bob. As usual, predicting he's playing all right. There's the free kick going to Darcy, who drives the ball up there towards Bright. Punched away again by Farquhar this time, and the ball still in play as Neal goes down. A hand pass coming out to McGuinness, fumbling the ball out there now, can't get it clear. Still in play on the edge of the boundary line. No one getting any clearer, but the umpire's found a free kick, and it'll go out there to Walsh. A short pass. It's a shocker. Maynard intercepts nicely. He's got to pick it up now down there in the back pocket. Decides to go for a bit of a run. That's a better kick. They've got to get it away from the danger zone, but it didn't come off that time, and a mark taken by Card. Card at half forward now for Geelong. A long kick up there looking for Bright and Johnson. Johnson's got his hands but couldn't hold the mark. That's Bright having a snap for goal. And he's put another one through. So that's Bright's second goal, and Geelong move on to 9 goals, 4-58 to Glenelg, 3-6-24, just over the 17-minute mark of this, the 3rd quarter.
Five straight goals by Geelong this quarter, and as I mentioned previously, they haven't scored a behind since quarter time, so very accurate kicking under these adverse weather conditions. They go into attack again. Seabohm overruns the ball. A chance for Bright once more. It's knocked on for Glenelg by Farquhar, but picked up by Johnston. A snap at goal from the boundary line, and he kicked one there before, but safe in defence again as Frost, and that's kick number 7 for the match and indeed the quarter. Nigel Cole standing on the mark. He goes straight up the ground, and the mark is taken down there by McDermott. And Fitzroy certainly having an interest in him.
Only 18 years of age too, Pete.
Yes, he looks a pretty good prospect, doesn't he? Mark taken out there by Yates. He gives the handball to Nankervis. Certainly put him under plenty of pressure. So he goes for the kick back towards right centre wing. Doothie. Shepherded by Walsh. Short pass. That's Rady. Back towards Kernahan and Reynoldson. It's taken by Simons, who had a very good first quarter. The hand pass was errant. Goes to Reynoldson again. And the mark taken out there by Darcy. Yes, no, it's not Darcy, it's Zickler. And the umpire has paid it. Or the free kick, because I think Rady came right at him. And so Zickler on the boundary line at right half-back flank for Geelong. Carey in front. At the back is Johnston. Neither can take the mark. Still very greasy, although the rain has stopped yet again. And the umpire has found a free kick. It's going to Geelong, I think. Will it be taken? Let's see, who's going to take this? It's Fedke from right centre wing. Oh, it's missed over there by Lahu, and this opens it up for Geelong for Michael Cole. He's having all sorts of trouble picking it up. It must be like a piece of soap. Cole looking for his brother perhaps again. No, it's a mark brought in by Johnston. And he would only be about 25 metres out from goal. He kicked a beautiful goal before from the boundary line. And let's see if he can kick this one from directly in front from a deliberate shot. Peter Johnston, who of course has had trouble kicking for goal in years past, although you wouldn't know it if you saw that goal earlier in the night. It was a beauty. Johnston directly in front from 20 metres out, no more. That one looks okay from here. No, he's missed it. So, dear oh dear. That's their first behind, incidentally, since the first quarter. 9-5, 59 to 3-6, 24.
And we're at the 20-minute mark. 35 points the difference. He kicks one from the boundary line, an impossible shot, and there he's about 15 metres out, misses it dead in front.
I think we did make that comment at the time.
I think we did. Their flying high was 2. That's a great mark. That's the best mark of the night. Good mark by 2, and he's a fine player, this fella's going to be a real champion half-back flanker. Pretty close to it now. Tui on that half-forward line now, ready to go deep into attack for the Cats. They're all getting themselves in position. Going with the punches, Johnson back to Neil, but he's grabbed that time by Lunnis, and the umpire said hold on the ball, and Lunnis will take the free kick at the full-back position. 9-5 Geelong to Glenelg 3-6. Of course, Bob, their forward line is hopeless at the moment. They've got no idea down there. They get the ball past that, or up to that half-forward line, but the very strong defence of...
they don't seem to have the physical strength up forward, Lou, to really go on with it.
Well, I think you mentioned a couple of boys. They're young fellas, and of course their inexperience would be against him here. Now Tui goes in. A chance now for Simons to go for a kick off the ground. It's finally forced up there by Michael. That's Nigel Cole. A hand pass coming back now. A chance for the Glenelg team to go back into attack. A hand pass coming back from McFarlane. Kicked off the ground up towards their half-forward line by Sewer. But once again, we see the defence of Geelong backing up, and that'll be a free kick to them. And to take the free kick will be Flynn, playing his first game of league football, or senior football. It's the kick. Carey, that's a free kick for sure. Been around a long time, Carey, Bob.
And this is about 29 years of age, Lou.
Well, back to centre half forward for the Cats. Over the top of the pack, pushed on that time by Drum going after, wins the race for the ball. And it's not Drum, it's Darcy. Darcy goes for a hand pass back. It's a wrong one over to McDermott. There's a chance now for the ball to be driven up there by McGuinness, and it's a good pass. The mark taken here by Kernahan, and a chance for them to score their first goal for the quarter.
First score for the quarter, Luke.
Well, let's hope they can score a goal, because it might give them a little bit of confidence, because their forward line hasn't functioned well at all this third quarter after doing so well in the first half. There's the kick, and that's a beautiful goal by Kernahan.
So let's hope that it does give the Glenelg side the boost that one would be looking for at this stage, because it was a great piece of football that got that goal. It was teamwork coming right around the boundary line, and eventually when it was swung across the ground, a lovely piece of disposal by McGuinness.
You're watching the Sterling Cup from VFL Park. 29 points the difference. We've been playing 23 minutes in the third quarter. Glenelg going to attack again, not very far, and it's thumped up towards the centre wing position. Racing two here, Cole and Maynard. Maynard gets there first. Nigel Cole just about grabs him. In fact, Flanagan had him in the end. The umpire says it's a free kick.
Well, if you'd have run another 10 metres, you'd have finished up in the Geelong goal.
That's about right. And it's going to be taken by Maynard. Maynard at right half-back flank. Had a lot of kicks tonight, Maynard. Card goes the big punch. Doesn't get it directly to a teammate. Nankervis and Card have it. Card throwing himself in the pack, gets penalised. And the free kick going to McFarlane at just short of half forward. Pass to Kernahan. Rendleson hot in pursuit, so is O'Keefe. Coming into assist is Doothey. Rendleson's hand pass is effective to Reid. Reid a long kick up towards right half forward, looking for Johnston. It's punched away by Seabohm and out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in at the right half forward flank for Geelong, but about 75 metres around from their goal. 30-59 in favour of the Cats. We're a minute away from the time on period in the third quarter. Fedke and Carey. Seabohm grabbing Johnston. The ball is loose and a chance for Neal, who kicked a beautiful goal earlier in this quarter, one of Geelong's 5. Umpire says throwing the ball. It's a free kick to Glenelg, and it will be taken by Lahu at left half-back flank. Back to centre field. Well, not centre field, it just about was when it was knocked on by Carey, but it goes to Card again, who seems to be covering a lot of territory in this quarter and in fact in the match, and the mark is taken by Peter Johnston. Now he missed one from about 5 metres closer to goal about 5 minutes ago. I won't tell you the odds that Jack Edwards just offered me. Let's see what he's done with this one. Hit the post.
I reckon if there was a post in the Sahara Desert, the only one he'd hit it.
I'm glad I didn't take that bet. It's 30-60 in favour of Geelong. 5 goals the difference.
And we're just over the 25-minute mark of this, the third quarter. Off the top of the pack, Reid and Marshall having a great battle. And finally coming out as Darcy with a hand pass back to Reid. Johnson. Johnson's hand pass is finally picked up by Walsh back towards Simons, and he's got the mark. That was a gutsy mark too, taken by Simons at centre half back. They've got to go directly down the ground. There's a shocking kick, but it'll be all right if Carey can mark it. He fumbles it, but he's got plenty of time to straighten up and go for a pass. He didn't mean that one to Maynard, but he's finally got it. Back there to Lunnis. He's pushed it. Nankervis fair square in the back. Oh, golly. And he takes the free kick at centre half back. Back it goes into attack again. Finally back out there towards the wing position. It's thrown out to McDermott. He goes for hand pass wide to Doothey. Doothey picks it up nicely for a big guy too as the ball goes back there towards Yates. Farquhar goes for the punch. He's playing down there on the forward line now after being in defence for most of the match, and the umpire's going to ball it up. Still about 55 metres out from the Glenelg goal. They're trailing by 30 points. Therefore 6:30 to Geelong 9:660. And we're at just on the 26.5-minute mark as it comes out to Neal at half back. And look at him go around this boundary line. They'll never catch him. McDermott trying to catch him as he kicks the ball high. And once again, it's Johnson to take a mark. Now on top of Seabohm. Now, I think he'll go for a pass. He could even kick this one from about 80 metres out. You know, you make a look. It's a long kick. Look at the length of this one, right into the forward pocket position. Up the top of the pack again. Plenty of struggling goals. Walsh tries to get it out. Finally, it's picked up by Darcy. A snap for goal, but it's off target and through for 1 point. So the Cats move on to 9:761 to Glenelg 4:630. And we're just on the 27-minute mark as we wait now for Frost to bring the ball back into play. Well, they're not looking too good down there and attack the Glenelg team, Bob.
No, they're breaking down across the half-forward line now, Lou. You could almost call it across the centre because the centre players are up on the half-back line and the half-forwards up across the centre of the ground, and they just cannot get it past there.
Ball back into play again. There's a chance now for the big fella Carey to get it over to Seabohm. A short pass to McDermott's too long. And there's O'Keefe getting it around the pack. You go for a left footer up there to the full forward position. Flying high was Toohey. Johnson's on the ground, and the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Glenelg for Johnson holding the ball.
Certainly didn't have much of a chance to get rid of that, did he?
He was lying over it, Pete. No one else had a chance to get near it.
Walsh. Short pass. Umpire says play on. McDermott takes the long handball at centre. Chance for O'Keefe now to get the ball into the open spaces. He tries to get it to a teammate down there in Zickler. Zickler and Sewer. Out comes Ian Nankervis from the back pocket, charging through. And going through very solidly again as Zickler gets the Cats out of the danger zone. In fact, it's up towards centre field now. Very scrambly out there. Neil on the bottom of the pack. And umpire Laurie Argent from Adelaide will ball it up just wide of the circle. Time on being played in the third quarter. And in fact, it's a free kick going too quickly as the siren goes to end the third term, with Geelong having a lead of 31 points, 9-7-61 to Glenelg 4-6-30.
Only 8 players in the VFL's long history have played more senior games than Geelong's 308-game veteran and skipper Ian Nankervis. Recalled to the captaincy this year, the 4-time winner of Geelong's best and fairest appears to have plenty of football ahead of him. Tonight, the Cats take on the Tigers in the 1983 Sterling Cup.
Football 83 continues. Seven's big replay this Saturday at 6:30. Football Park, the match of the day with the big clash of Curly's Bloods and Campbell's Tigers. From Norwood Oval, the exciting skills of Barnes Redlegs and Hicks's Bulldogs. It's all action. The big replay, Saturday at 6:30 on Sporting 7.
31 points the difference at three-quarter time as we go down to Stephen Phillips.
Thank you, Peter. And Graham Campbell, the coach of Glenelg, came straight out at three-quarter time and claimed his players were throwing it away. They'd fallen for the old trick of playing the short game here at VFL Park. He's forbidden them to use it in this last quarter. He said to kick long. If anything, there's a bit of a breeze, and it should favour Glenelg. It's blowing straight down the ground towards the big scoreboard. This rain, it's only just a very, very light shower now, and the ground, the longish grass, is very slippery indeed, as you've seen all night, but it's still very firm underfoot. Players breaking up, so back to you, fellows.
Right, thanks, Stephen. Just looking at those jumpers, Jack Edwards pointed out, though, that they are a little bit easier to see. The numbers on the back, they don't have the sash across the back as the Tigers do here in Melbourne. It does make it easier to pick out the number, doesn't it?
That's right, and I think the Bombers have got the sash across the back too, haven't they? Which, that's, you know, I think the West Australian sides have got the best idea because they have the numbers on the front as well.
All right, three-quarter time with 32-61 in favour of the Cats.
I'll do it again, Al.
Yes, well, it's 4-6-30 to Geelong 9-7-61. A 31-point advantage, and really almost all of that advantage came in the third term with a 5-goal, 3-1 straight goal in that term by Glenelg. They fell right away. Unfortunately, Kernahan dropped out of the game. Carey still not quite holding his marks, and they just couldn't finish it off up forward.
And the final term just about to get underway. Players have taken up their positions. Umpire Argent from South Australia will put play underway. We begin the final quarter at VFL Park with the Cats leading 9-7 to Glenelg 4-6, a difference of 31 points. Still that light rain falling. And conditions anything but good out there. Flanagan goes for a hand pass. It goes to the opposition and taken away by Maynard. Up to Glenelg's half-forward position. Going through very solidly as Farquhar, who gets it out to Simons. He misses the hand pass, but it arrived right at his bootstraps. And that gives Geelong's Tui a chance to get the ball back towards the centre wing position. That'll be a mark or a free kick to Glenelg. Take your pick.
And a 15-metre penalty too, Pete.
Yes, it is. Maynard, as I said, he's had plenty of kicks tonight for Glenelg. Lahu to half forward. Card will take the mark or free kick. Very, very solid defender, Ray Card. I always remember that bone-shattering clash he had at Cardinia Park with Keith Gregg, and I'm sure Keith will remember it for a long time too. Flanagan to half forward. It's very slippery out there. Fedke trying to pick it up in front of Garton. Not successful. It's a real wrestle out there, and the umpire will probably ball it up. Yes, that is the case. And the ball up to take place at the centre half-forward position. Or half-back, depending on which side you're following. Knocked down by Flanagan, beating Kernahan to it. Kernahan, as we mentioned, going out of the game after half-time. Michael Cole running into an open goal. Puts it on its way, and it looks pretty good from here. He's put it through for 4 points.
Michael Cole kicking his first goal, so both brothers have kicked 1 goal tonight, and Cole certainly taking advantage of the fact that these days they're basically allowed to run the full 15 metres rather than 10, and having plenty of time to steady and then making no mistake whatsoever. So Michael Cole, a lovely goal.
37 points the difference in favour of Geelong, just on 2 minutes gone of the last quarter. It'll be Kernahan against Flanagan again. Kernahan with a hefty knockout back there, but Card's in the way, smothers the ball. McDermott's there, also Simon's there, but can't get out. It's tapped out to McGuinness, but chipping in is O'Keefe. Finally, the ball is driven up there by Tui. A chance now for Darcy. Well played by Walsh. He kicks it out wide towards the Glenelg half-forward line. Finally, Duthie gets a hurried kick back there to the forward pocket. Now there's a chance for a hand pass to come back from Duthie from Lunnis. The kick is high back towards the forward pocket, but plenty of defenders there. That's a great mark to Reynoldsson. A beautiful mark. And of course, as we mentioned during the commentary tonight, usually plays as a centre half forward or an attacking player, but played all night in defence for the Cats. The back is O'Keefe, and that's a great mark. My God, they're handling the ball pretty well now, considering the conditions, Bob.
You wonder whether it's a new ball.
That's right. Ball pushed down again to Lahu. Got one in the back. Umpire call play on. Johnson's there. He was grabbed. Hand pass knocked out now to Nigel Cole. Got a chance to score another goal as he straightens up and fires a left footer, but he's up target and it's through for 1 point. So it's 4-6-30 Glenelg to Geelong 10-8-68. And of course, Geelong undefeated this year, and that looks like being the result again tonight. Ball punched away by Flanagan. Chance for Reid to get a hand pass back to Neil. In between 2 players, but still got the kick marked by Seabohm. A grub along the ground of Maynard. Got plenty of time to recover out here at half-back. He hasn't played a bad game tonight, the ex-Melbourne player. Over to Marshall towards centre field. A long kick over the centre half-forward position, but there's Geelong again, taking some great marks overhead, and it's Tui to take the mark at centre half-back.
Tui to centre wing. And away go the Cats again through Reid, who's probably their leading kick getter tonight. Johnston, 3 grabs, and he's taken the mark in front of Seabohm. Well, he's on the boundary line again. Maybe that gives him a better chance of putting it through. Who knows? Into the goal square. And a fine mark taken by Frost. Well, maybe it is a new ball, because in interstate matches they often alternate the balls made in the respective states. So perhaps it could be a new ball being used this quarter. Kernahan at left half-back flank. He's gone for a short pass, and getting one in the back is McDermott. The umpire electing to see play continues, though. Off the ground. Into the open spaces, very close to the boundary line, but it's picked up by Michael Cole on the line, up toward full forward, and again the mark taken down there by Seabohm. Seabohm right at the full-back position. That's a good kick. Well, they're certainly obeying the coach's instructions. At the back is Marshall. It's knocked on to Sewer. Ralph Sewer's kick up towards the centre half forward position. The umpire has found a free kick. Which way is it going? It's Geelong's kick, and it will be taken down there by Yates. Kernahan tries to go the spoil. Picked up by, well, in fact, almost by Scratcher Neal. He's having a little bit of trouble. Now he's finally got it under control, and away he goes. He could score from there. A 35-metre kick at goal. Looks pretty good, but it's just off target and through for 1 behind. The Cats 10-9, 69 to 4-6-30. That's a difference of 39 points. So Frost having plenty of work in the second half, where he's gained most of his kicks, although they don't count the kicks out from full back. Tui misses the mark. Lahu trying to pick it up underneath that little Lotter's drum, and the umpire will ball it up.
Ball up round about the centre half forward position for Geelong. There's 69 points to Glenelg 30. Just on 6 minutes gone of this last quarter. At time Flanagan got the knockout, punched away again by Lahu. Duthie couldn't get clear. Piling on top of the ball as O'Keefe throws it out, actually, and still plenty of scrimmaging going on. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Geelong, and I think it's Rady to take the free kick. Yes, Rady to take that free kick at centre half back. Ball pushed out again. There's Card. defensive play, strong play by Card. Over to O'Keefe. The ball back into attack for Geelong. Punched out that time by LaHoo. Ball finally snapped up there by Darcy it was, but it's out of bounds. It's on Geelong's half-forward line, about 45 metres around from their goal. Geelong have got this game well under control at the moment, but Glenelg still trying. A little bit of inexperience. They're finding it very difficult to get Ziegler picking it up now. Kickers a hurried one across to the centre half-forward position, but there's Garton taking the mark for Glenelg. Their coach told them to kick long. They certainly haven't been doing that for the start of the score. That's a better one. Punched away by Card. Not a good knockout. Comes out there towards McDermott trying to pick it up. He's finally got it now. He's ducked his head. He goes there. Look at Card. Threw him into the ground. Picked up nicely by Yates. Over to Card again. The ball back into attack for the Cats. Oh, LaHoo got into his opponent that time. It was Drum. He went down. Finally pushed on by Darcy. LaHoo still in the thick of things. He's a terrier, this guy. He's going in. In goes Walsh. The ball is actually thrown out. Finally picked up by O'Keefe again. Geelong too strong as the ball goes back there to Michael Cole. Taps it on. Finally, it's cleared away by Glenelg again towards that centre wing position. The ball is out of bounds. So it's 4-6-30 Glenelg to Geelong 10-9-69. Just on 8 minutes gone of this, the last quarter.
Boundary throw-in adjacent to the players' interchange area. Flanagan and Kernahan. Neal. High to half forward. Knocked away by Seabohm into the open spaces. A chance for Sewer, but the ball didn't bounce too well for him. The catch through Tui will go into attack again. Tui, terrier-like, up to full forward, looking for Bright. Fisted well clear of him. Missed by Seabohm. Another chance to make amends. There's 3-on-1 there, though, so he's got plenty of opposition. Out it comes to Nigel Cole. Goal number 2 coming up for him if he's accurate, which he isn't, and through for one behind. So a golden opportunity missed. The difference now 40 points. 10-10 to 4-6 in the Sterling Cup. So Frost. If it gets any colder, they'll be calling him Jack. Flanagan in front. Couldn't take the mark. Ball becoming very slippery. Marshall up to centre field, and the mark is taken down there for Glenelg, and bringing it in is Lunnis. Or it's Duthie. To half forward. Yates. Geelong very strong across the half-back line, and that's where Glenelg have been breaking down this evening. Scratcher Neal tries it soccer style, almost succeeded. Look at Neal go through. LaHoo back to centre wing, and there are plenty of Glenelg players there, and they get it forward. It's taken away for them by Marshall, and the mark taken down there by Duthie. Duthie a long way from goal, probably about 70 metres. Couldn't possibly score this evening from there. Puts it long, trying to find Carey. Flanagan's in front of him. A chance for Simons on the boundary line. Ian Nankervis in hot pursuit, and we'll see a boundary throw in about 10 metres from the behind post. And Geelong have really taken this game right away from Glenelg after half-time. Flanagan and Carey to Nankervis, and taking it away down there is Michael Cole. Back it comes to half-back. Tui again. Johnston. Can't get it. It's Nigel Cole. Hand pass almost came to Reid. It comes to McDermott. He's caught with the ball. The umpire says play on. Scoop. Geelong player grabbed around the neck as Reid. He'll take the free kick.
Tell you what, Seabohm nearly pulled his neck out of its socket that time. A hand pass coming over. Back it goes now, and Geelong going to attack through Tui. A good hand pass coming over. The ball driven up that time by Drum. Oh, there's a mark. That's a good mark to Garton at full back. Well, they're hanging in there, Bob, but they're not quite strong enough, are they?
There's been no lack of endeavour, Lou, but unfortunately they break down across that forward line, or the half-forward line, really, and once they get up that end of the ground, they're in real trouble.
Coming through now is a chance for O'Keefe to have a pot shot at the goals. Oh, nearly a mark. Got to play that. It'll be Fedke to take the mark right on the boundary line there, only about 10 metres out, but very difficult, so it was a good mark by Fedke. He'd only be about 10 metres out from goal, yet to score one. This will be a darn good shot if he puts this one through. Going for Geelong's 11th goal. Oh, he's hit the post. Bit of bad luck. That was a pretty good shot. So it's 10 goals, 11-71 Geelong to Glenelg 4-6-30, 11 and a half minutes gone of this last quarter. Still rainy, but not as hard as it was in the early part of the game. Ball back into play again. McDermott goes to the punch. Kernahan couldn't pick it up. Finally picked up by McFarlane. Over it goes to Sewer at centre field. Back to McDermott again. That's a longer kick up there towards the full forward position. A chance now for Duther to get through the back, but his own man spoiled him that time. The big fella Carey. A hand pass coming out as the ball is well smothered. Finally picked up by Card. Over it goes to Nankervis, and they get it away again, Geelong down there in the defence. That defence has been really strong. As you see, the ball picked up by Radies. The ball shot across to centre half forward again. Flying high that time was Fetty. Couldn't hold the mark, and the umpire says play on. No one can get clear now. It's Reid coming out of the pack. He's had a pretty good night for the Cats too. The ball falling short. Kernahan couldn't mark that. In goes O'Keefe right off the ground at the moment. Kernahan actually threw that out, I reckon. He claimed he punched it. Finally a chance now for a hand pass coming back from Hughes, and the ball driven up there by Cart over the half forward line. Punched on the wrong way that time by Maynard. Oh, there's a good heavy clash by Garton. Carried Johnson to the ground. Neither side is getting clear here as Johnson still got the ball. Goes for a hand pass. Lahudnally back into trouble. Now he gets out. A hand pass to Maynard out there, a little short of centre half back, and a chance now for Lunnis to kick the ball, but by golly, he couldn't kick it because the Darcy, a beautiful bit of play, not Darcy, yet Toohey, and a lovely hand pass to Reid. Oh, he's copped him right in the face that time, Reid, and it'll be a free kick this time to Sewer out there at centre half back.
Well, the tackling's still good by Glenelg, and still they break down at half forward, but it's Sewer from half back. Torpedo punt kick to half forward, almost a nudge out there, but the umpire pays the mark, and it's taken by Duthy. Duthy just short of half forward. At the back is Carey. Takes it like a rover, gives it over to Rady. He'll have a shot for goal from 25 metres out, and he's made no mistake about that one, putting it through for his first goal. 5-6 to 10-11. Play continues, and Glenelg swing into attack again, but the strong Geelong half-back line turns them out. Rady, with the beard, number 13, has another chance after kicking the last goal, but Scratcher Neil beats him to it by G's fast Neil. Gets the handball back again from Drum. Short pass over towards Nigel Cole. A short pass from Nigel down towards half forward, breaking clear as his brother Michael. Michael has a shot at goal, and he's made no mistake about it, putting it through. Well, the Cole's in everything at the moment, and that was now who finally kicked it? It was Michael, wasn't it? 5-6 to 11-11. Bob,
we watch again on replay now as Nigel gives it to Michael, and it certainly is confusing. I can understand Tommy Hafey having the problems.
11-11-77 Geelong to Glenelg 5-6-36, and we're just over the 15-minute mark of this, the last quarter. Kernahan against Fedke. Fedke forces the ball back. There's a chance now for Maynard to drive Glenelg back into attack again. Yates getting up high, couldn't hold that mark. Farquhar goes for a kick down there towards the forward pocket, looking down there for Lunnis. Reynolson gets the ball now. It's a high kick. There's a chance now for Farquhar to mark again. Out there at half forward, a good distance out from goal. Looking up there for the big fella Carey, getting into position. Reynolson in front, they're both bustling. Toohey flew high now. Reynolson gets a hand pass out, picked up by Carey. Again goes for a short pass back to Sewer. He's in plenty of trouble here as he tries to hand pass, but it's finally picked up by Nigel Cole. Well played by Maynard. A hand pass coming over to Mars, but he messed that one up. And Geelong are able to get the ball away. A left foot kick that time by O'Keefe back towards centre half forward. Getting over the top of the ball with Seabohm. Nicely picked up by Johnson. Brushes Seabohm off. Finally it goes back to Drum. Back to Johnson again. What's he going to do? He's going to have a shot for goal, but he was caught. This put him off balance. In goes Flanagan. He fell. Golly. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa falling down there, wasn't it? And he'll get a free kick for falling over. He put his head in front of the bloke there. He suddenly got a free kick for. He might have liked the way he fell down that time. There's a chance now for Michael Cole to kick a goal. This is well not triplets, these guys. You'd never know them, would you? Michael Collar's already kicked 2 goals, going for goal number 3 naturally. He's only about 20 metres out from goal, if that, on a slight angle. Here he comes, going for goal number 12 for Geelong. And he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So just on the 17-minute mark, it's 11-12-78 Geelong to Glenelg 5-6-36. We wait now for Frost to bring the ball back into play. Out there to centre half back. Too long for Kernahan. But Kernahan backs up. Well, then he can't get clear. Now 2 he comes. He's played a fair game. They've got 1 in the back. Umpire said play on. Finally, it's picked up here now by Buse. McGuinness chips in. It's a bad kick. And well picked up by Card. Goes for a hand pass to Reid. Reid tries to get past Maynard. He was grabbed. The umpire still calling play on as it comes out to Walsh. But chipping in there is O'Neill. Not O'Keefe, I should say. Now it's back to Neil, running towards the goals, goes for a pass. And there's Flanagan sliding along the ground to take a good mark on the chest, only about 35 metres out from goal. So Flanagan's got a chance to put the Cats' 12th goal on the board as we approach the 18-minute mark of the last quarter. The kick is off target and through for 1 point.
So Geelong score to 11-13-79. Glenelg 5-6-36. Stephen Phillips. And Stephen's not quite ready for us. OK, we'll come back to that in just a moment. 36-79. Mark taken down there by Fetke. Fetke up towards the forward pocket. Snap at goal by Drum. It's high and going very close. In fact, it's just touched right on the line by Frost and through for 1 behind. 1 behind it is, as adjudicated by the goal umpire. 5-6 to 11-14, 36-80 in favour of Geelong, who, as Lou mentioned, looked like going through tonight and maintaining their undefeated record so far in season 1983. 3 wins in the day games to be equal top on the ladder with Hawthorn. It's not a bad effort. McGuinness over to Marshall from right half back flank. Marshall to McFarlane, who almost took the mark. In fact, should have taken the mark in front of Card. The umpire has found a free kick, though. It's going to McFarlane against Card for a high tackle. Nankervis goes the spoil. In fact, he spoiled his own man down there. Lunnis has the chance for Glenelg to get the ball out, not having any luck. He's pounced on by Nankervis, and the umpire, that's Rowan Saws, will ball it up about 65 metres from goal on the right half forward flank. Fetke. Nankervis now getting the ball back towards centre wing. Keary has the ball knocked away from him. Glenelg through Seabohm back to half forward, and Nankervis putting himself in very good position to take that mark. Brings it down. Motlop back on for Glenelg, and the mark is taken down there for the Cats by Malcolm Reid. He's been a very good player tonight for Geelong, has adapted to the conditions very, very well indeed, and they haven't been easy to handle either. Johnson, he's played well too at half forward. Probably been their most effective forward, I guess. Glenelg player grabbed when not in possession of the ball. That's Maynard, or was he in possession? That's a Geelong free kick anyway, and it's taken by Drum. Up to the full forward position. Flanagan puts his big arms up there. A chance for Frost. He goes for the boundary line. It was arguably deliberate, but the umpire says throw it in, and the throw-in will take place about 15 metres around from the behind post. Flanagan in the ruck for Geelong, and it's going to be Seabohm or Garton. Garton takes the front position, gets it down. Lahu, and the mark is taken out there for Glenelg by Maynard. Is it? I think yes. Maynard's got a 15-metre penalty, which brings him up to half-back. 2 Glenelg players are there on centre wing. One of them was Carey, but Scratch and Eel beats both of them. Goes down, gets up again. Still has the ball on a string, seemingly. Well played by Scratch and Eel. Up to half forward, it's Tui. Tui's gone for a short pass, and the mark, no, almost taken by Nigel Coll. He should have grabbed that one, but of course it is slippery. Simons grabs a Geelong player when not in possession, and it will be a free kick. And the umpire said he was underneath or on top of the ball, so it's Simons' kick for... well, whatever.
For Glenelg. 44 points the difference. in favour of the Cats as we see the ball picked up by Sewer now. Grabbed. It's a hurried kick down there towards centre half forward. There's a chance now for McFarlane, but he fell over. Very slippery indeed. Finally, Ziegler gets the ball out wide towards that half back line. Coming in to meet it now is Buse, but he's beaten for the ball this time by Rady. And Rady's out there still with Buse on his back, but he can't pick up. Now he falls. Oh, this makes it easy for Buse. Decides to go for a bit of a run. No one within cooey of him. He'll boot it up over the half forward line. Beats them all at the moment, picked up by LaHoo. A hand pass back there to Walsh. His kick is a shocker. In goes Bew again. He's had the ball on the string for the last 2 minutes as the ball finally goes back there towards Frost, who punches the ball away. That time there's a chance now for one of the Colt boys. I think it might be Michael running for the open goal, and he's put it through for goal number 3. Well, we're just on the 23-minute mark, and the Cats 86 points to Glenelg 36 points. Centre bounce again. Neil gets out of the pack. There's no doubt about this fellow. He's a real terror. He's had a great season so far. Punched away again by Frost. It's a quick hand pass coming back there. It's grabbed here by Johnson. He's grabbed by the legs. There's a free kick going back there now to Seabohm to take the free kick a little short of the back pocket position. Kicks the ball back towards the centre. Oh, got a push in the back, Carey, that time from the Geelong player Fetke, but finally they go back into attack through Reid. Punched away by Rady. Neil's in the way there. Umpire still calling play on as Bew gets a hand pass back to this time to Nigel Cole. Short pass, it's all right, and a mark taken here by Toohey. This fella's played a good game tonight, Bob.
Yeah, fairly quiet early in the piece, Lou, but certainly come into it since half-time.
Toohey with a chance to score a goal from about 45 metres out. There's the kick. Doesn't quite make the distance. Coming across now, the ball punched on. That's Michael Cole having a hurried kick for goal, but this time he's off target. That's out of bounds. He's already kicked 3 goals. And the score is 12-14, 86 Geelong to Glenelg 5-6, 36. And we're approaching the 24.5-minute mark of this, the last quarter.
Very nearly at a time on, therefore. So Flanagan to contest the boundary throw-in and wins it. McDermott. Not a long kick up towards the half-back line. Carey in the race of the ball tries to get it out, and successfully so to Simons, who's grabbed when not in possession, trying to get out of trouble, not having much success, and the umpire has decided to ball it up right on the boundary line, just about on the centre wing position. So time running out, or in fact really has run out for Glenelg. Knocked down by Simons. Motlop back on the ground. Neil has done very well since he came on. He was on the bench for the first quarter. Neil's gone for a short pass in towards the centre field area, picked up by Marshall. Marshall, LaHoo, McFarlane shepherds well, up to half forward. Ball doesn't bounce too kindly. Picked up by Reid now for Geelong. Reid kicks it back whence it came. Nigel Cole getting underneath it. So too is O'Keefe. O'Keefe to Card. Card back to Buse. Back to O'Keefe for Geelong. But they can't get it moving quickly enough, and umpire Rowan Saws will ball it up at Geelong centre half forward position. Time on being played in the final term. Fetke and Carey. Carey taps it down. Taken away by Marshall, who takes the hand pass from Lunnis. Back to the wing position. There's the ubiquitous Card. Gets around his teammate Flynn. Back to Carey, and Carey on his own takes the uncontested mark. He transfers play to the members' side of VFL Park, trying to find a teammate, which he does eventually. It's Simons, who was grabbed, had to get rid of the ball pretty quickly. O'Keefe puts his body in. Buse. Corton drops the ball. The umpire says play on. They're letting it go. Another chance for Buse. He got one in the back that time. Knocked on by Sewer. In fact, he's knocked it out of bounds, and so this time the throw-in will take place right on the players' interchange line. And they've contested all night, but just been a little bit outclassed. Glenelg by the Cats. That was a long throw-in. They all missed that one. It went right over the head of Carey. Motlop got one at the back. I think that's Motlop. Yes, it is. He came back onto the ground the same time as his brother-in-law, Rod Waddell. Mark missed out there, but still Geelong go forward. Picked up by Marshall. Well, long kick by Marshall into the open spaces, though, I think. Zickler's down there for Geelong. He picks it up okay. Gets the hand pass out. There's Card once more, putting himself in. Grabbed by Kernahan. Ball into the open spaces first of all. Now it's Nigel Cole. He's gone for the hand pass to Scratcher Neil, and away he goes.
And Neil goes for the long kick, looking for Johnson there. Put his hand, but down went Seaburn. This gives him a bit of a break now. He spun away from Maynard, then he's copped another one. Umpire call blown. He was going to give a free kick. Johnson running to an open goal. Can he put it through? Garton's there going the punch, or went for the mark and marked. Good play. Finally, there's a chance now for Frost to take the ball away from that back pocket position. Kicked it out wide, but there's no one there for Glenelg. And this allows O'Keefe. He's been a good player too for the Cats. Back it goes now to Fetke. Get into his back that time was Simons, and Fetke will take the free kick out there on the centre wing position. So we're approaching the 28-minute mark. 12-14, 86 Geelong to Glenelg 5-6, 36. Geelong still unbeaten for the season. Must make Tommy Hafey pretty happy. Ball back down there towards that forward pocket position. There's Lahoe trying to get it up. Picked up that time by Geelong again. That was Buse giving it over to Neil. A running shot for goal as the siren sounds. He's put it through for a goal. So the final scores 5-6, 36 Glenelg to Geelong 13-14, 92. Well, I should imagine, Bob, that Hafey would be very happy with the Cats' performances this year.
Yes, certainly, Lou, and I think with the fact that they had Peter Johnson at centre-half forward right throughout the night, giving them something to kick to, he then had players coming past for the hand pass, and particularly after half-time, they really showed their fitness, and once Johnson was able to take the marks and have the players coming past, his handball was good, and it makes a big difference if you've got a key player at centre-half forward doing well.
All right, in that final term, Geelong added 4 goals, 7, and Glenelg added 1 goal, 92-36. In fact, Glenelg's scoring was very consistent in the last 3 quarters. They kicked 2-5 in the first quarter, and then 1-1, 1 goal, and 1 goal. So of that 5-6, they kicked 5 of those behinds in the first term. And Geelong, of course, well and truly on top after half-time. We'll take a break and be back for summaries, interviews, and our award presentation in just a moment.
The $475,000 Sterling Cup under the lights of VFL Park Waverly. Sensational football. Remember July the 11th last year? The big Sunday crowd for that great clash of Port and Sturt? Remember the excitement of Tim Evans and at the other end Rick Davies? It's on again this Sunday. Port and Sturt live from Football Park. If you can't be there, be with 7 for all the action. Port and Sturt live from 2:15 this Sunday on Sporting 7.
Well, our best player has finally been decided. A short half head is the official winning margin, and it goes to Peter Johnson. We'll give you his full stats in just a couple of moments, but it was very, very close. Number of Geelong players, as we mentioned, in the running for it, and we hope to make the presentation to Peter in the Geelong dressing rooms in just a few moments. In fact, I've just been told that he is ready for us, so let's go down there now, and here he is with Stephen Phillips.
Thank you, Peter. As a matter of fact, Peter Johnson just got out of the shower. He's dripping wet and put his clothes back on over the dripping wet body. Congratulations, Peter. The National Panasonic Portable Stereo, all yours.
Thanks very much.
Tell us about the night. The conditions were abysmal out there, and you're kicking occasionally.
Yes, a couple of kicks there went astray, I think, but the conditions started off very wet to start off with, but in the second and third quarter it dried out a little bit, so it wasn't that hard to mark as long as you sort of went for on your chest, I think. That's the main thing.
Over here we have a little bit of you in action in the very slippery conditions.
Yes, very.
You seem to be able to kick the very hard goals on the run and from the boundary, but put you in front anywhere from 15 to 40 yards out, and you're in all sorts of trouble.
I seem to freeze up when it's...
the statistics there, 7 marks and 12 kicks, 2 free kicks and 1 goal too, and I think the whole Geelong bench sweated on those 1 goal too.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, it's always the way.
Well, Pete, it was a very even team performance tonight. As our commentators, we found it very difficult to award a best on the ground. I think there were 3 or 4 different players mentioned, and I think this is the good thing about Geelong this season.
Yes, we're certainly playing more consistent football. It's a team effort. The last 3 games. have been tremendous team efforts, and I think it shows our determination, our ferocity and our tackling, I think, which is it's a big asset at the moment.
Well done, Pete. The National Panasonic Award, this magnificent stereo, all yours to take home tonight, and congratulations. Hope the Cats can keep going.
Thanks very much, Stephen. I'd just like to thank National and Channel 7. It's certainly a tremendous incentive to the players, and I'm rapt to have won it. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Pete. At this stage, we'll go back to Peter Landy.
Well, thank you, Stephen, and again our congratulations to our winner tonight of the award in Peter Johnson. Let's go to the Glenelg rooms now, and Jack Edwards speaking with the coach Graham Campbell.
Thank you, Peter. Well, Graham's been looking up the stats for and against, Graham. How do they stack up?
Well, we couldn't contain Scratch and Neil the last half. That's pretty obvious. Actually, we had their rovers running for cover the first half. The two boys they tried there, Rodney Waddell, they replaced young Busey early in the piece, and, you know, we just couldn't keep going, Jack. The run was lost in the last half. Our first half was great. Gave us something to look forward to next Saturday.
Well, at half-time, you must have thought you had a real show.
Well, I said to you, yeah, it looks like a real chance. You never know, though. Things have got to be sustained, you know, and that's what we couldn't do.
Were conditions against your style of play?
Stephen Kernow, I thought, marked the ball great the first half, regardless of that. Gave us something to kick at, something to fire at. But I ran out of people to play at centre-half forward, Jack, in the finish. Although young Doothie, the last quarter, gave us a little bit of support there. But we started to go short, fell for the trap of not going long, not trying to, you know, go to the goals in the shortest way possible.
I did mention at half-time that I could see the Len Smith handball influence in your team.
Well, you know, we fell for the trap last Saturday back in South Australia of not handballing because the conditions were wet. So at least I said tonight, give it a go, see what happens. You've got to have people going past all the time to have a support person to give it to. And that was working for us the first half, sure. But we fell away to, as I said before, trying to go short and go into the flanks when we shouldn't have. Run out of people the last quarter, Jack. A lot of sore players here tonight.
I believe that you lost 3 players at total 600 games between them prior to the season start.
Well, you probably heard of Graham Corns. He's played over 300. Yes. That's 300 of them gone. And Paul Weston's playing over here now with Essendon. He was a 180-game man also, I think. And David Holst is a bloke back home, hasn't been able to play because of his injury situation. Yeah, I suppose we have lost 600 games. I hadn't thought of that.
So you're in the process of team building, Graham?
Not really, Jack. No, I think we've got a side in our hands here, provided we can continue for 4 quarters. And tonight it wasn't to be. And Geelong are a very good side, and obviously they've got a real a strong approach to their football this year.
Well, thanks very much, Graham, for being with us. We wish you all the best for the coming season.
Thanks, Jack. It should be a good year for us.
Thanks, Gray. Up to you, Pete.
And that takes us out from VFL Park. The goal kickers, the main ones for Geelong, Neil 3, Michael Cole 3, O'Keefe 2 and Bright 2, and for Glenelg, McGuinness got 2 goals and singles to Motlop, Rady and Kernahan. Repeating the final scores, Glenelg 5-6-36 going down to Geelong 13-14 92. Peter Landy on behalf of Bob Skilton and Lou Richards saying a very good night to you all, viewers through ADS Channel 7 in Adelaide. Sport, in association with Australian Football Championships, were proud to present tonight's exclusive telecast of the Sterling Cup.